Hello and welcome to another Connected Educator Month reflection with Ben Wilkoff. We're taking a little bit of a pause for the Ask Ben W series so that we can do some reflecting on Connected Educator Month. I am learning every single day of Connected Educator Month, but I may not have time to make a video or to share that learning with everybody every single day. So this is Connected Educator Month, day 5, and I wanted to reflect on something that happened on Friday, which was getting together virtually with the Educational Technologists of Colorado. It's this fantastic group of mostly coordinators and managers and directors of EdTech, and some other different roles that are in there. But it's a kind of a really organic space. These folks getting together from I think there's about 15 different districts that are represented, districts and CMOs and things like that. And one of the things that I love most about it is that it is an open agenda and nobody sort of gets more time than anybody else. Unless, of course, that's where the conversation goes. And the conversation went someplace very, very interesting to me, sort of halfway through, where we started talking about what the vision for the group was, what the vision for our individual roles were, and the vision for what it was that we were supposed to be doing to support teachers. And the conversation was actually around Connected Educator Month originally, but it brought up for people whether or not they were doing their jobs, essentially, if they were encouraging people to be on Twitter. And, we went back and forth on whether or not that was, a part of our daily jobs. Is it a part of our jobs to get people excited about social media? Is it okay to say, oh, I don't do social media, I do, technology integration, Is it okay in 2015 to say that social is not a part of the sort of the workload of those who are leading the technology work within their school district? And, to my mind, I guess my response to that was something a little bit more around, it is our job to connect people. It is our job to connect teachers to one another, and it is our job to find ways in which we might be able to get beyond the dichotomy of face-to-face versus online, and that we might be able to kind of move forward from that. That it isn't just this very strained relationship that we have where some folks who don't like the online stuff can sort of ignore it, and those folks who are really just sort of focused on a specific tool or a specific way of working, that they can do that. And I guess I'm a little concerned that that's the conversation that we're having in 2015, but I was very heartened to sort of see just how many people were interested in redefining their role to be more expansive and more about connection and more about how is it that we can come together as a group of leaders and have some really strong conversations to support our teachers. And so essentially where that went was Jessica Raleigh, a colleague in Denver Public Schools. She said, I'd really like to get together and just talk about this. Just talk about the ways in which we're leading professional learning, the ways in which we're connecting to people, the ways in which we're connecting to teachers. And out of the group, we said we didn't know how many people would sign up in that regard. But we, put it in the Google Doc and said, put your name next to it if you want to get together in this group. And it was like almost everyone, not quite everyone, but almost everyone was interested in having that conversation. And so when you see that, and you actually look at the noticeable exceptions for people who are not interested in that particular part of the conversation, or not interested in the ways in which people are changing their roles. Who wants to keep their role the same? Who wants to change it and look at it from a connecting and professional learning landscape side? It brings up for me the ways in which we focus. It brings up for me the ways in which we choose intelligently, strategically. Where are we going to have the most effect? Is it going to be in looking at which devices we move forward with a one-to-one program? Or is it in focusing on the ways in which teachers connecting to one another help to build capacity for a one-to-one program? And I think you could probably hear my bias in that, but that's where we need to be. And I think that's the shift of that conversation for our roles, for how connection and connected learning becomes a bigger part of our roles. That's going to be an important shift that we make, and it's going to be an important shift that we lead. So anyway, I am looking forward to the rest of Connected Educator Month, and please do leave a comment on YouTube or reply on Twitter. And if you have a specific question, you can ask me using the hashtag AskBenW, and I look forward to learning with you throughout the month.